Please be seated.
President of the United States Army, and a grateful nation. I present this flag as a symbol of appreciation for the faithful and honorable service rendered by your loved ones. So very sorry for your loss. It's mine.
Thank you everyone for coming today. Really, I feel tears welling up, but it's hard to be sad that Opa lived to be 93, which is incredible. And it makes me happy to know that he's with Oma again. You know, it was weird that they were apart. We called them the O's, you know, and so the O's are reunited again. So that makes me really, really happy. Opa was a wonderful grandpa and a wonderful man, and everyone who knew him knows, you know, what a sweetheart he was. Anyone you ask, he was such a sweet man and hilarious. He was very, very funny. One of my favorite stories is when Nana, my great-grandmother, was starting to unfortunately get Alzheimer's. She got out one night and said she was going to church. And Opa said, "I can't stand those religious fanatics." And Opa was hilarious. He was so funny. And we loved him so much for that. And I think my fondest memory is As a little girl, he would take me strawberry picking. I loved that so much. And I have a poem written by Aunt Laura, who is Opa's youngest daughter, and she couldn't be here today because she couldn't travel because of health reasons. So I'm going to read Aunt Laura's poem. My dad, a wonderful great man, those who knew him would truly tell you so. He had a way about him that you would like to know. Worked hard to raise a family, was quiet but steadfast. He led us by example, his strength and wisdom vast. Proud to be his daughter, taught me honor, love, respect, made me who I am today, and no one would object. Was always there for me to lend a helping hand. He gave me his trust, and on that I could depend. Proud to serve his country, we heard his many stories. He built the bridges and drove a Jeep, driving America to its glory. We enjoyed his sense of humor and the telling of a joke. He laughed his whole way through it and sometimes even choked. Taught me to strive to be my best. His standard was kinda rough. He would always say, if it's perfect, it's good enough. He was a fix-it man, using micrometers and vices. He would fix everything he saw, if left to his own devices. He cooked the turkey on Thanksgiving using a ruler to measure the foil. There was a yearly argument, which caused a bit of turmoil. He loved hamburgers, pot roast, and German rouladen, and liked it all real hot. But eating with friends and family is what really hit the spot. He didn't raise his voice, never harsh words to say. Quick to forgive and forget, he never criticized, condemned, or complained. Bowling was his game. He threw the ball real fast. So when I hear the thunder, I know he's having a blast. He played the violin. He could pick out tunes by ear. Now as he plays in heaven, it's his love and soul we hear. I was his favorite baby daughter. He liked to always say, so no matter how old I get, that way I'll always stay. I thought of him today, but that is nothing new. I thought of him yesterday, and the day before that too. His memory is a keepsake that I have within my heart. God has him in his arms. I have him in my heart.
That's great.
I don't think I'm going to be able to say too much after that because I really said it all. But, you know, he's 93 years old. Up until the end of July, he was in great health. He didn't take a single prescription or anything. But, like Lisa said, we're here really to celebrate a wonderful man and a wonderful life. He was a great dad. I was the favorite oldest daughter. We have the favorite oldest twin and the favorite youngest twin. So his 4 girls were his favorites, all in all. He was a man of sage advice. And there's just 2 little stories I thought I would tell that kind of gave an example of that. When I was 16 years old, I had my first job, and he drove me. And as I got out of the car, he took my hand. I was kind of halfway out. He took my hand, and all he said was, an honest day's work. And that was the way our life was. Then he gave me boy advice. That was probably the best. First date with my lovely husband, which is my only date, by the way. We only had 1 date. But as I was leaving, again, he takes my hand. He was always good to hold my hand and tells me, he goes, be careful of boys. And I know what I'm talking about because I have one. That was it. That was the whole advice. I wasn't real sure how to take that. But the only other thing, and Laura, our baby sister, she said it about a sense of humor. I mean, right to the end, he was teasing nurses. When they take the blanket off, oh, yeah, you're just coming in to get a free look. I know. The drawing blood, he'd ask them to leave him a little. And it was just, he just kept his sense of humor right to the end. My sister Laura, I called him Daddy. Dad?
No, Dad.
Dad, Daddy, and Laura called him Pop. So with his sense of humor, she always called it popcorn, because he's got a good sense of humor, but boy, was it corny. But But it's just, you know, my mom called them. I'm so, like Lisa said, that they're together again. My mom's been gone 15 years. Doesn't seem that long, but, and I'm glad to see they're joined together. They were married for 56, which is a long time to be married. And I'm just so glad they're together again. They were an awesome couple. My mom always called him Honey, and that's because he was the sweetest man on earth. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it.
Okay, this does conclude the service, so that you know your loved ones will be interred immediately, and you can return today after 1 hour, and then any day thereafter, 365 days per year from sunup to sundown. And if you do come, bring real flowers. And that's it. Thank you very much for attending, and you may return to your vehicles.
Thank you, Marcia.
You're welcome.
And as you leave, you're all invited over to Mama Mia's on High Bluffsville Road for a little reception and perhaps some more fellowship and some more comments about Pop or Daddy or Dad. So you're all invited. Peter has the directions, but it's just east of State Road 7 on High Bluffsville Road. So you're all invited right after.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending. Have a safe trip.
Thank you.